What did Dan Campbell say? I get 2 pikes
That's right.
with 2 shots of espresso in each, 2 ventis.
This is the Joe
Thousand
Gaither
grams
Show
of
How is he
on
caffeine.
alive?
BamaCentral.com.
I want to see him consume that, but you know he does. Biting kneecaps. Good morning, Tuscaloosa, Internet world, West Alabama. How we doing today? It's a football Friday. Hopefully not the last football Friday of the year. We'll find out what happens on Sunday, but it's a football Friday on the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com. Hanging out with you finally back in the Derek Daniels State Farm Studios. You're watching us on the Bama Central YouTube page, Facebook page, listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts. You can find the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central. We are brought to you by Purple Turtle Roofing. We're happy to have Brax Garrison back in the studio this week, ready to talk some Alabama football SEC championship version. We're going to do that with Brax and with Mason Woods at MA_Woods on the Twitter machine for Mason Woods. As, man, Courtney Morgan keeps you busy. Another recruit signing last night. And I hear a rumor that the tackle that was committed to LSU is going to sign with Alabama today.
That is the rumor, I believe.
Busy for Mason Woods, but still found a way to get a haircut. We'll find out who this yeah, that's for you, Everett Osmer. I know you've been worried about his hair. He did get it cut. So we'll hear about this running back here before we get started here with Mason. You can follow all of Mason's recruiting coverage at BamaCentral.com. Vanderbilt Commodores on SI, Missouri Tigers on SI, Boston College Eagles on SI. And, of course, you can find it right here on the Joe Gaither Show, Tuesday through Friday, each and every week. Brax, though, I'll start with, because I've missed you. How are you, man? What's been going on? You've been hanging out on a bunch of roofs. It's been a nasty week weather-wise, and I know I really want to get your thoughts on the Iron Bowl. We'll do that in a second. But just first, check in with you. How are you? You staying warm? You staying dry? I guess you're keeping others' houses dry with Purple Turtle Roofing. You call him at 877-787-6635. Just how's your week been, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. I've missed you guys. It's been a kind of a boring week other than work. We've been really busy, a lot of nasty, all the rain and stuff, a lot of leaks. It's been kind of chaotic, but we've helped a lot of people out, repaired some leaks in some houses, fixed some people up. So yeah, it's been great, but I missed this.
What part of town you been in this week?
Everywhere.
Give me 2 examples.
I was over by the VA hospital over there in towards Cottondale. In North River earlier this week patching up some roofs. So yeah, I mean, I've been all over Tuscaloosa, West Alabama.
So you want to call Purple Total Roofing, 877-787-6635 for all of your roofing needs. If you hosted Thanksgiving and you realize you got a leak in your home and you don't want to have a leak in your home when you host Christmas, call Purple Turtle Roofing at 877-787-6635. They'll help you with residential roofing, with commercial roofing. They'll help you with emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacements, insurance claim support, and more at 877-787-6635. Santa needs a place to land to deliver your presents. I know you already wrote your letters away, so make sure that your roof is ready to give him a secure landing spot by calling Purple Turtle Roofing. You can get all your presents. And after the reindeer clop, clop, clop on your roof and fly away, that sleigh flying away, heavy impact on Christmas night. So you might make sure you call Purple Turtle Roofing, 877-787-6635. They'll keep you and your home secure. Brax will come out to you, check out your roof, let you know what you need, if you need anything, and it'll walk you through the process hand in hand, make you feel good about it, and give you the peace of mind and security that you deserve in your home. Brax, let's go to Iron Bowl because he's got news from the recruiting trail. So we'll go to him right after. We'll back up a little bit and then we'll go forward. Alabama wins 27-20. Had a lot of fun watching the Iron Bowl last week, and we've talked about it a couple of different times this week. But I just want to open it up and ask what you thought about the game.
I mean, a win's a win, and I thought we came out very strong in the first half. I thought we played great football, executed well in the first half, but I think we kind of took the foot off the gas and kind of let some duff plays come in there, some third and longs where it looked like the play was dead and, it results in 6. But I wasn't disappointed at all. Again, people like to downplay the the environment of playing in Jordan Air. No matter what team you're playing, it's always going to be a very competitive football game. It means a lot to both teams, both programs. So coming out of there with a win anytime, no matter who's on the other side of the ball, is a big deal. So I think it's a good game. You win a P5 game, a rivalry game going into the SEC championship. I think that's a confidence booster. And again, people look at Auburn, they think, just because of the record. But you go back and five of their losses, they're one play away from being, 7 or being 10-2 right now, or being 10 or 11-1. Had Georgia on the ropes, had A&M on the ropes, had everybody.
Close.
Everybody. They're one play away from being a top 5 team in the country right now. So
Hugh Freeze, we were close. I know they want.
Close.
I don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, but we were close.
It's not like crazy to say that if you ranked all of the non-bowl eligible teams, Auburn's right there at the top.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Auburn and Florida State right there with APR. So one of those teams might get a bowl if more teams start opting out of bowl games. So great job, Hugh Freeze or DJ Durkin or
do you count that one if you're an Auburn fan?
You dadgum right you count it. We're going to the Birmingham Bowl again.
Ooh, good times.
Protective Stadium. We own Protective Stadium. Auburn, War Eagle.
Have they even won there?
I don't know. They lost, didn't they lose to Georgia Tech?
They did. They haven't won a bowl game in like a decade, I think.
Oh, pain. Brax, how would you feel? Did you see Hugh Freeze going out, giving an exclusive interview to Justin Hokanson on 3 Sports and basically reaffirmed we were close? I know the Auburn fans didn't want to hear it, but we were close. And then coupled that with Jackson Arnold slander. Well, if Jackson hit a wide open receiver in the Oklahoma game, if he hadn't thrown an interception in this game, if he had done his job in that game, and we had drops in, but basically it's putting it all on Jackson Arnold.
Right. Yeah. That's to me. I'm about to get real critical.
Go ahead.
As a head coach, under any circumstance, it's never you take all the blame. It's your fault, right? Any loss, you eat the blame. Players, they get the glory. You win the game, it's on the players. You never, when you start pointing the finger at your own players that you coach and they're missing throws, you don't do that, man. Like, that's not, you don't throw your guys under the bus. I'm not on board with that at all. I think that's a loser mentality. You just got fired, so you're upset. So, no, that's ridiculous.
That's
outrageous. That's not somebody. And if you're ever wanting to coach football again, good luck, because nobody wants to play for you. Ever. I wouldn't want to play for you. I don't care where you're at or how much money you would be giving me. I'm not playing football for you. Ever.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Very Hugh Freeze thing to do, though.
Yeah.
What's new coming from Hugh Freeze? He did that all season in press conferences, and he gets his opportunity to do it now that he's fired, and he takes it one step further even.
Yeah.
If I'm the Arnold family, I feel deeply angry.
Yeah. And Arnold, you're not off the hook.
No.
You're not off the hook.
Look, at the end of the day, you couldn't complete a pass.
Right.
But you weren't put in great situations either.
But in that same sentence, it's like, okay, you didn't play well, but you continued to take majority of the snaps for the remaining of the games, and Hugh Freeze didn't make a decision. Like, you did. It's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault. Why didn't you make a decision and get him out of there?
Yeah.
You waited too late.
They finally put in Ashton Daniels, and they started to look like a competent offense.
Yeah. And then really, I think towards the end, the defense slacked up because DJ Durkin is spending more time worrying about the offense, trying to get the offensive scheme, and he's not really because the defense has played great all year. And then you see some slip ups in the defense with the Vanderbilt game and then the Alabama game. Before those 2 games, the most points they'd given up is 24.
Yeah.
They were a top 3 defense in the country for a long time, and it's ridiculous. Hugh Freeze just no good.
I don't think he's interested in coaching again.
I hope not. I hope he's interested in playing some golf and cashing those Auburn Jays.
Go to Cancun and enjoy your life.
Yeah, I have a feeling we won't be hearing from Hugh Freeze very much. He might.
He's gonna be doing radio shows.
I can see him taking a radio job or a media, some kind of TV thing. But
he's gonna be doing weekly hits.
It won't be a big one.
No.
He'll be doing weekly hits on some radio station in Auburn.
It won't be one that we're hearing from.
All right, Mason, let's spin us forward. You had a busy week when this. I feel like I'm doing deja vu from yesterday. A busy week on the recruiting trail, but another. Now it's up to 21 signees as Alabama. We already talked about losing Javari Burnett to Illinois, the running back. They said, we got a replacement on deck. We're going to get another running back out of Texas. Alabama signs
Trayshawn Brown from Huntsville, Texas, 5'9", 190 pounds. Was unranked last night. Is now a 3-star now that he has signed with
That's
Alabama.
kind of the baseline.
Yeah, baseline is
goes.
basically So, regardless though, an incredibly productive running back at the varsity level there for Huntsville, Texas. In 3 years, had 2,900 rushing yards, 35 touchdowns on just 400 carries, so averaged over 7 yards per carry. He also was a little bit of a receiver out of the backfield, 21 receptions, just under 300 yards, and 2 more touchdowns there. So, I mean, not like a feature guy out of the backfield, but has the opportunity to, or has the ability to if you need to. Like I said, he was unranked last night, is a 3-star prospect now. Let's see, 247.
5A in Texas.
247 is now listing him as the number 42 running back in the class, the number 95 player in Texas. So seemingly the Alabama staff just knew about this guy before anybody else did. Because evidently after watching him, everybody seems to think he's a pretty good player. I mean, I watched a little bit of his huddle last night. The bit that I could find seems like a pretty good player to me. I mean, he's got the size that you're looking for. Like I said, 5'10", 190. Right in that same, I mean, that's about what Xavier Crowell is. He's right in that 5'10", 190, 200-pound range. I think you got 2 pretty good running backs. You, like we said, you definitely need to go get one. You never really want to just go get one in the class if you can avoid it. So you go replace Javari Barnett, and you seemingly got a pretty good running back here.
There we go.
And he did officially sign, so he is locked in.
Sounds like a neighborhood hero story to me. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
We'll
His name is, once again,
Trayshawn Brown.
Trayshawn Brown added to the class. Okay, so it's EJ Crowell and Trayshawn Brown running back to the class of 2026.
We're watching for another wide receiver. That's kind of the big question mark right now.
Oh,
You're
yeah?
down to just one,
Right.
With the decommitments of Brian Williams and Owen Cabell.
Well, they're officially on the scrub list. We didn't want them anyway. We didn't really want those guys.
I think one name that has been tossed around, at least as of yesterday, I had seen he had not officially signed. I think he is delaying his signing to the spring. The Michigan State commit Samson Gash.
There you go.
Really, really fast guy. I think his 40 or his 100 time was like a 10-4 or something. So pretty speedy guy. Has been committed to Michigan State for a while. I think was in Alabama 2-3 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that, for an official visit. Kind of just keeping our eyes on that one.
One Sedarian Morgan is equal to what? How many wide receivers?
I mean, at least 2. I think at least 2. But you still want to go get another one.
It's gonna be interesting to see if they can get that Gash kid from Michigan State after Michigan State hired Pat Fitzgerald a week or so ago, less than a week ago now.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they can flip him away. But obviously,
I think there's interest there, but that's about all.
Yeah, stack Michigan State against Alabama, and it's not really contest there.
Sure. And then, I mean, if we just want to get into more of the speculative stuff, that you mentioned, kind of the guy, the offensive tackle there that was committed to LSU that has been predicted to maybe be flirting with the Crimson Tide over the last week and a half or so. Bryson Cooley, 4-star prospect out of Mississippi, 6'6", 315 pounds. Just going to get another giant behemoth offensive lineman potentially. You did get your replacement. Who am I? Yeah, you got Tyro Miller. That's the name I couldn't think of. You got Tyro Miller to replace Sam Utu, but JUCO guy. So maybe you want to go get an actual high school recruit to bring in as well.
Bryson, Mr. Cooley, do you want to compete with your coaches for your girlfriends or just your peers? Come on, that's a pretty easy decision. You're gonna roll in and the peers are that's tough enough competition with your peers, but then you're competing with a coach that's throwing money around, and pretty easy decision. Come on, man. We'll see what happens with Mr. Bryson Cooley. All right.
Stay tuned to Bama Central.
BamaCentral.com. Mason Woods will give you all the recruiting updates, and this spins us into something we talked about yesterday, Brax, that I'll bring you right into. Yesterday, we highlighted the completed signing class, or as of signing day, where you signed 20 guys, and now 21 with Trayshawn Brown. And I conjectured that everybody that's talking about Penn State should be putting that talk to bed, because no one. I mean, you basically laid your foundation up for your future right here yesterday, and Coach DeBoer was all glowing about all these kids in a press conference on Wednesday. Well, after our show about 1:30, we had Coach DeBoer on a teleconference, and Charlie Potter, Bama Online, asked him about the Penn State speculation, and he basically said, "No, we're happy in Tuscaloosa. We never had any conversations." What was your worry for Penn State, and do you have any worries about Coach DeBoer going anywhere at all after this season?
Not really. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about him leaving because, again, like you said, the recruiting class he's had, everything he's set up, and you know, obviously him coming here was definitely a different mix up from being from Washington, coaching up there. But no, I think he's happy here, and I think he's got all the tools to be very successful. He's at the mecca of college football, and no, I don't. I wouldn't be worried about him leaving.
I think you're a little closer to a lot of the fan base that, just in your day-to-day lives. We're a little insulated on the media side. How do you think that Coach DeBoer has been received by the average Alabama fan?
Oh man, it's like it's up and down. I think some weeks they love him, and some weeks they're like, let's get rid of this guy. Go, please hire someone else. It's just because, again, Alabama fans are so spoiled. Since I can remember the 2007 season a little bit, 2008. Then things started ramping up, and I mean, if you're 23 and under, all you've seen is winning. I mean, all you remember is Alabama winning national championships, what felt like every other year.
Mm-hmm.
So they're very spoiled. So when you have a coach come in to a new program, in a new system, in a new environment of college football, it's not the same as it was. And he doesn't immediately have, the 12-0 seasons and the national championships. You've never felt anything else besides winning. So I get it, but I think that people will calm down and kind of realize this is reality. Like it's going to be a grind every year. It's not going to be a 12-0 season in a dominant fashion every year. It's going to be a grind. Like you're going to have to work, and there's going to be loopholes in it with the playoffs to get into the national championship. So no, I think that all the real fans and the people that actually know kind of what they're viewing, I think they love DeBoer. You just have the radicalist Alabama fans that, all that their lives depend on whether or not, Alabama wins or loses, which I get it. I get it.
My life depends on it.
I get it.
I'm like a little scared he would leave for the NFL.
That's my big. That's like I don't have a huge fear like right now, but I
Yeah.
think that's the jumping off point.
I mean, there's going to be job openings. There always
Sure.
is.
He would be a good
And there
fit
will
in the
be
NFL
attractive
too.
job openings, I'm sure.
Yeah, he would fit the system in the NFL too. Like his
Mhm.
personality type, I think that would a professional type. I think he would do really well.
You know
in the
what's going to be
NFL.
really funny? Lane Kiffin leaves LSU to go take the Raiders job after Pete Carroll gets fired.
if he hadn't already burned that bridge with the Raiders, 20-something years ago, then yes.
They're going to try it again.
No,
They're going to do it again.
They're not gonna.
They'll try it again.
Desecrate Al Davis's memory. Al Davis. He put on a PowerPoint. He put on a
They'll try it again.
PowerPoint.
He's changed man, Lane. You watched all those ESPN specials.
All those manufactured specials. Change man with my.
I mean, that's
rent a dog.
That's joking, but
Hot
I
yoga.
do think it's within 3 to 4 years, not all that unlikely that Lane Kiffin is bouncing for the NFL.
Well, sure, but not the Raiders, but the NFL. Yes,
but an NFL job, like he will leave LSU high and dry, just like he's left everyone else.
Oh yes, Tennessee Titans, tighten up.
I don't get that upset with it. He can build them up and leave them too. That's fine as long as you build them up.
Yeah, I think that's a real possibility as well, and I do think Coach DeBoer eventually is going to be really tempted by some NFL offers. I don't think it's happening this offseason cycle, but eventually.
I think there's a lot of college coaches now that I think Steve Sarkisian is another one that's probably itching to get back to the NFL.
Tighten up.
I'd take that as well. I think there's a handful of really high level college guys that we could see making that leap pretty soon.
If you were the Tennessee Titans owner, general manager, and you had to hire a college coach, what top three what are the three coaches you're going after?
Well, in this scenario, am I myself owning the team or am I Amy Adams Strunk? Because if I'm her, I'm selling the team. I'm putting it in someone else's hands.
No, Mason Woods is in charge. You're in charge,
I'm in charge,
but somebody to bring in for Cam Ward,
Yeah.
somebody to revive this offense.
I don't want Lane Kiffin to do that, if I'm being honest. I think he just runs a very college-oriented system that isn't going to really develop a quarterback. I think my number one pick is still Joe Brady, I think. I really like that. And I've been talking to Robert Salah. I'm less happy about that one, but I don't hate it either. The man knows how to coach a defense, and I think he was handcuffed in New York by a lot of outside things that admittedly will probably still be there in Tennessee, but give him another shot. We'll see what happens. If I was hiring, I don't think I'd be hiring a college coach right now. Maybe Sarkisian, probably be the 1A there of the college guys. But I'm probably picking an NFL guy.
Tighten up.
I don't know what they're going to do, though. I don't know.
They
It's
don't-
going to be Mike McCarthy.
They don't know what they're going to do either.
It's going to be Mike McCarthy, and I'm going to have to convince myself it's okay.
I can't help you there.
It's going to be bad.
I can't help you convince yourself with that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. You know what's going to be really fun? And this is we've gone off
That's
the rails
fine.
here.
That's fine.
The very healthy discourse this weekend surrounding Cam Ward versus Shador Sanders
Oh,
that I'm sure will be super positive and not at all overreaction territory, and everyone's going to have like a perfectly healthy opinion about. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait.
What? Are y'all playing the Browns this week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's good.
Myles Garrett is going to sack Cam Ward about 14 times. And he's going to play terribly, and then we're going to leave out on Monday, and it's going to be Shador. Why did the Titans not pick Shador Sanders? Look at how much better he was.
Shador's going to go like 11 of 28.
Bingo. He's going to give us a Ty Simpson stat line.
He's going to go 11 of 28 for
He'll have
154.
one nice touchdown throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yikes!
It's bad times in Nashville. I mean, it's been bad times for 25 years in Nashville, but it's especially bad times right now. This is arguably the worst I've ever seen this team.
The stadium project looks good, though. I drove by it a couple times this weekend. Looks great.
Yes,
looks great.
It has no soul.
Oh, that's true.
It just looks like a corporate
modern stadium.
Like it sucks. You're the Titans. Why is there not? The entire reason you're named the Titans is because of the weird like Greek architecture in Nashville. Why did you not incorporate even a lick of that into this stadium? Oh, it's because you wanted to have super wide appeal so that you can get a bunch of concerts and stuff to come play there.
Yeah, I've got my girlfriend doesn't call it the new Titan Stadium. She calls it the new concert venue.
She's correct.
She's like, I can't wait to see concerts in there. I think
Titans she is exactly correct.
Titans playing?
That is not for the Titans.
Not at all.
It is for Morgan Wallen to play there and sell it out.
That's right.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Yeah, I wish I could be a fan of another team, but it just doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. I mean,
my wife Melissa tells me every week, like, why do you watch? And I'm like, I can't help it. It's
an illness. It's an illness I can't be cured of. It's terminal.
It's infuriating.
There was a point where I once thought, oh man, I'm going to leave the Bears and be a Saints fan. Or I'm going to leave the Bears and be.
Well, that wouldn't have been much better for you. Well, it depends on what year you did it, I guess.
Yeah, and I was like, man, you just can't. You can't do that.
It's impossible.
Yep. All right, Brax, let's get us back on track here with Alabama. As Alabama spins forward from recruiting day, I mean, talk about a hell of a week. You were up on all these roofs. Alabama finishes the Iron Bowl and rolls right into SEC championship while juggling losing Jamarcus Shepard to Oregon State, while juggling National Signing Day, while juggling, who's flipping where? Y'all are leaving? No problem. We'll get replacements. Who? Lots of juggling this week, preparing for the SEC champion. There is a game tomorrow.
This schedule is so awful.
Ridiculous. So Brax, Alabama takes on Georgia tomorrow at 3:00, right there on ABC in Mercedes-Benz Stadium at Bryant-Denny Stadium East. So what are you feeling? A rematch. You haven't seen these guys since September. And honestly, Brax, they've been off my radar. Like basically how I do it is I prepare for a team. And as soon as Alabama finishes with them, I don't watch those jokers again, unless they're in my prep for the next team. So I really have paid very little attention to Georgia outside of the scoreboard. Obviously, they're on an 8-game win streak and beat Ole Miss and beat Georgia Tech and beat Texas like a drum. God. They onside kicked it against Texas to stay ahead of them. They went for it on 4th down, middle of the game, to try to stay ahead of them and really just stick the dagger in the Longhorns early, and they did that. Just what is your take on the SEC championship and playing the Georgia Bulldogs once again? 5th time in the SEC championship. Alabama 4-0 so far.
And I'm pretty sure every time Alabama's played Georgia's been favorites. I can't remember the last time that Alabama was a favorite going into this game. And I mean, we talked about it a few weeks ago, talking about trending, how teams are trending and how they're playing. And, obviously Alabama has not, has been on a bit of a cooler the last couple of weeks and has not played the best brand of football. But I think Georgia is a good football team, but there's nothing about them that wows me. Like, I'm not wowed by anything. I'm not wowed by the quarterback play. Their defense doesn't just stand out. I mean, they have a solid front seven. What feels like every SEC team does have a solid front seven. But no, I just don't. I don't think that Georgia can get it done. I just honestly don't. I don't think that there's any part of the field that we're out there, or I say we, Alabama. Let me can't be.
That's fine. That's fine.
Alabama is outmanned in any position. Like, I don't feel like it's. I don't understand why they're underdogs. Until Georgia wins a football game in a setting like this against Alabama, I'm not gonna say Georgia's gonna. I'm not gonna favor Georgia on this.
You're not giving them any credit for winning the 21 national championship in Indianapolis, then over Alabama.
Well,
I'm just asking.
No, zero. No, I mean, we had Messi was out. Jameson Williams tears his ACL. I mean, those were two of the biggest key players in the SEC championship when Alabama beat them earlier that year. So that I think it's a different ball game. Yeah. Because I mean, in reality, it's a one-score game with a pick six on the last drive of the game. So I mean, that's not but
I'm with you. Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, I think Georgia.
I'm just trying to do the devil's advocate there.
Yeah. So I think Georgia is a good football team, and again, if we're talking about national championship odds, I think it is Ohio State until proven otherwise. So, how many teams in the top 12 do you think beat Ohio State? There may be 2 or 3, in my opinion, maybe at the most that have a chance. I think it's the same thing as this week for Alabama. I mean, you control the line of scrimmage, and or not even that. We haven't controlled the line of scrimmage all year. You just convert on third down and move explosive plays, and you win the football game. So, yeah, I don't see it going any. I think it's the same game as it was week 3.
All right, so let me throw at you maybe I think the most underrated storyline of this game, and you can help me out as a quarterback. What do you think? What do you think the impact? Your quarterback, you're Gunnar Stockton. You looked good in times, bad in times. You've been a B plus basically most of the year. But you are changing centers this week because Drew Bobo busts his foot against Georgia Tech, but basically gets injured. I think it was his foot, but I'm not 100% sure what the extent of his injury is. Drew Bobo, your starting center, has been in the lineup all year long, helping you with protection checks, helping you in the run game, helping you with all kinds of things. He is out this week, so you're changing centers, and that new center has to go up against Tim Keenan. Your new center is either going to be Malachi Tolliver or Cortez Smith, or Dontrell Glover is going to kick from right guard to center, and they'll make Juan Gaston bump up from right guard. So you're looking at 3 possible backup centers, 2 true freshmen and 1 redshirt freshman, as opposed to you had offensive coordinator's son, 4th-year player, redshirt junior Drew Bobo at center. What kind of impact is that going to have on a game? And as a quarterback, what kind of impact is that going to have on your confidence level as you approach the line of scrimmage each and every snap?
Especially if you're going under center as a quarterback a lot. If you do a lot of under center, it's a lot different. You get used to being up under center with that guy all year. That's who you take snaps from in practice, and it's a big change.
You get used to that scent, that smell.
It's a big shift, and then again, like Drew Bobo obviously has been great at the line of scrimmage, calling out stunts, calling out what he sees, who's coming here, who's picking up who. And then again, you have a true freshman, true freshman, or redshirt freshman. That's going against Tim Keenan. That's a nightmare. So that does play a big factor at the line of scrimmage. And also, it's the snap. Even when you're in shotgun, the snaps, the speed of the snaps, the placement, it's different. Does he spin the ball? Is it a knuckle ball? Like, it's all different, and you got to get used to that. And it's hard to do that in a week. It's hard to do that. Use that in a week. So
I think that's the biggest storyline that hasn't really been. I mean, everybody's focused on LT Overton, and they should be. Let's go right into that. Yes, your boy LT listed as out, and Coach DeBoer yesterday saying out with an illness, and breaking the news that Kelby Collins is also out with an illness. I'm going to put on my reckless speculation hat right here and say that I'm guessing these gentlemen have COVID because
what if they're roommates?
Maybe, you don't know, apartment mates or something, because what other illness are you ruling a guy out 4 days before a game? If it's a flu, if it's a cold, if it's almost anything, food poisoning, if it's almost anything, if it's I'm not real sure how many, and maybe that's my lack of medical knowledge, and I'll own that, but I'm not sure how many illnesses you're going to rule a guy out 4 days before a game for. I think if it's another illness not named COVID, you're going to load them up with fluids and list them as questionable at least, or game time decision or doubtful. Like, you're not just going to go ahead and say out. And so that's my guess. I want to make it clear that's my guess. So it could be totally something else, but that is my guess. And so Brax not playing LT Overton. You're going to be going Jordan Renaud, and you're going to be going Kelby Collins, and you're going to be going into packages with both Yanzi Pierre and Quay Russaw on the field at the same time. What's your read or assessment of not playing with of playing without LT Overton?
I mean, obviously he's been a playmaker all year. He's caused a lot of, havoc in the backfield, even in the run game. So it's definitely a big loss. But you figure out you just have to adjust. Maybe you won't go a wide 8 or a wide 9 or a wide 7, and you won't be able to get as much pressure on the edge. Whereas again, you can bully a true freshman center. You can load the box up, stunt in between, make him try to pick up man from the second level, and you'll have to adjust a little bit. But that's definitely, that sucks. That's a big loss. But I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I don't think it's a game altering change.
Is replacing LT Overton easier than replacing starting center Drew Bobo?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, without a doubt.
I think so too.
Yeah, because because you can have a defensive lineman, and I'm not saying LT, he's great, but I'm saying, say you have a defensive line that's average, and he doesn't do a whole lot. He can kind of fit in and be masked by like some of the other teammates, some of the guys on the field where they make up for him. Center, you have you start with the ball every snap. Like you start with it. So if if your snaps are terrible, it's your fault. If you're getting blown through as soon as you snap the ball, it's on you. If you move, false start. There's a lot of things that go into being a center. So yeah, I think Drew Bobo being out is a much bigger deal than LT Overton being out.
I'm in agreement. I think everything that you said, like there's so much nuance to that position that people don't quite realize, the differences from one guy to the other, like you said, with the speed of their snap, the way the ball spins when he snaps it back, just the difference in the placement of it. Like there are so many different things. And when you have been taking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps from one guy all season, and you have complete muscle memory of what it feels like to take snaps from that one guy, it's going to feel really weird when it's not that one dude. Yep. So unless you're able to get 30,000 reps this week, it's probably just going to feel different on Saturday. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm with you. I think that's a much bigger loss. And then not even to mention just Tim Keenan being able to dominate that matchup. You have snap potential, you have the potential of snap problems. And then, oh wait, I also have to block this 5th-year senior who weighs 325 pounds that is barreling down at me at full speed.
Yeah. Fully motivated, fully angry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to block an angry Tim Keenan.
I would not either.
Block a calm Tim Keenan.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I don't think anything about Tim Keenan sounds fun to block.
All right, so let's keep the program going. Let's start getting into some of our traditional Friday segments. We're going to do keys to the game. Actually, no. We are going to play a voicemail from Dax, and then we're going to do that. You can call us on the voicemail line at 205-462-7340, extension 800. Here's what Dax has to say about this week's SEC championship game.
Guys, it's Dax. Happy Football Friday. Woo! I can't believe we're playing Georgia again. It seems like this is the inevitable matchup of college football right now. It happens every year, twice. It's kind of stupid, but it's fine. We kind of own Georgia. I say kind of because, I don't want to say we own them. I don't want to piss them off, but you know what? Screw it. We own you, Georgia. Get over it. 10-1. We are literally playing at Bryant-Denny East tomorrow, and I have tickets. I'm going to be there, which bodes a lot of luck for us. So if y'all didn't know already, I'm picking us to win, and for that reason, we're without LT Overton, yet we have, the guys behind LT in order to make up for his production, which is only 4 sacks this year. I thought LT would have broken out this year, but it's kind of been disappointing. I think, does he have less sacks in the regular season this year than he had last year? Don't really know, but I thought LT would have put it together this year, but he really kind of just the same. But we have a Yanzi Pierre, we have a Quay Russaw. the defensive line is definitely going to have to step it up. If I'm not mistaken, one of Georgia's top offensive linemen is out of the game. We're both beat up. We've gone through both teams have gone through a grueling schedule. I have the utmost respect for the Georgia Bulldogs. Kirby Smart's my guy. I love him, even though he sort of is a whiny baby sometimes in press conferences. But I think that's really where we're going to win the game is our defensive line. And we have really figured out how to stop their run game, and that's pretty much how they put 21 points on us last time is with their run game. Like Gunnar Stockton, though, he has gotten better. Ty kind of gotten worse, but I really think that the offense, I said they were going to put it together in the Iron Bowl. They didn't because, honestly, I believe it was because it was the Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare Stadium. But our offensive line, we finally have, the 5 guys that are the 5 starters. Very happy that we finally have cohesion on the offensive line. So overjoyed. So the run game will continue to get better with this one. I know we're out. I think we're still out Kevin Riley, and Jam's not playing. I know he's listed as questionable. Jam's not playing. So Daniel Hill and A.K. Deere are going to have to shoulder the load on this one, which I believe they are more than capable. And I really thought that having the run game go as well as it did in the Iron Bowl would help Ty out, but it seemed to make it worse. But Georgia's pass rush and defensive line is not as good as Auburn's. Sorry, Georgia, they're not. So I really think we're going to win this game 20. I think we're going to put up 24 again, maybe 27. Connor Talty's going to knock a couple field goals in. So I say Bama's going to win 24-17. 24-17, Alabama. Roll Tide, boys. See y'all in Atlanta tomorrow.
All right. I mean, it's a good prediction. I'm kind of with you that I think I'm with you and with Brad. I'm not buying Georgia until I see Georgia beat Alabama. That game in 21, not really putting a lot of stock in that because of the reasons we already laid out, all the injuries and things for Alabama in that game that kind of really changed the way that it actually played out. I don't think that there's some strange mental block on Kirby Smart against Alabama. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But there is some kind of weird just mental block with Kirby Smart in Alabama where until he actually beats them, I will not believe that he can. It was the same thing that I said with LSU going into the opening game this year. Now, they did win that, and they went on to have a pretty terrible season after regardless, but whatever. I just have to see it. I just have to see it happen before I can believe that it can happen.
All right, I appreciate your call, Braxton, Daxton. And if you didn't realize, I think he's now 13-0 in attendance. So if he's going to be in the building at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that's a pretty good sign for Alabama. Let's go ahead and tell everybody about Purple Turtle Roofing once again. Proudly sponsoring the program, and we appreciate Brax Garrison coming into the show each and every week, talking about Purple Turtle Roofing and talking football with us. At Purple Turtle Roofing, we believe our work is about more than roofing. It's about service, stewardship, and sheltering what matters most. Our name may be unique, but it's deeply rooted in purpose and faith. The color purple, symbolizing Christ and royalty, reflects our founders' personal belief in striving for excellence and honoring a higher calling in all that we do. The turtle represents something that began as a simple idea, but quickly became a powerful symbol of strength, endurance, and divine guidance. You can call Purple Turtle Roofing today at 877-787-6635. We specialize in residential roofing, commercial roofing, emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacements, and more. We're here with Brax Garrison. So, Brax, tell us a little bit about Purple Turtle Roofing, what you guys have been up to this week, what you can do for someone. I call you at 877-787-6635. I say, hey, I just got a funny feeling, or I haven't had my roof checked in a long time, or I'm starting to hear some noises or some creaks. Well, what's the process there for you guys to come out to my house?
It's really simple. We'll come out, we'll ask you a couple questions about the age of your roof, and then have you ever had someone come out and take a look at it, or when the last time that was. We'll get on the roof. We'll do a full inspection. We'll check every crevice of the roof to make sure there's no, pipe boots that are leaking, unsealed, ridge vents or anything in the valley. If you have metal valleys, if there's anything exposed and there's or nail pops, there can be a million things on your roof that could cause water to get in, or that will potentially in the future cause water to get in. Do a full diagnostic on it, check for storm damage, and yeah, we'll take care of you. We go above and beyond for you. We'll do our very best to help you out. So give us a call.
So when should I call? Because like this is only my second home that I've ever owned, and I feel good about the status of it. But if it's not right there in front of my face, the fridge is out, the AC is out, those kinds of problems that are right in front of my face, I'm really not aware of it. When should I be calling Purple Turtle Roofing?
Most of the time after a big storm comes through, if we have, severe thunderstorms that are going to produce high winds, or especially if a tornado, or if you check your weather and it says that you had hail in your area, that's the time to give us a call. And then there's the obvious things, right? If you have leaks or you have stuff going out in your house, if you walk out of your house and you see shingles blown off your roof, that's obvious. But if you have a storm come through and you're not sure, you don't see anything, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's completely free, so no reason to not get it looked at.
Call them at 877-787-6635. That's 877-PT-ROOF-5. Brax will get up on your roof. You got some special shoes to get up on a roof?
Cougar paws.
Yeah, I figured, because I'd be slipping and sliding right off of it.
I still slip and slide even with them on.
Wow. Dangerous. Brax will take on that danger for you and get up on your roof and let you know what's going on. Yeah, because look, I'm going to get up there and break my neck. I'd much rather call Purple Turtle Roofing and let them know get up there and check it out, because they know what they're looking for. They know what they're looking at. I'd just be putzing around up on the roof being like, it looks all right, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys know what's going on up there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we love it. We love helping people. That's what we started this for. So, yeah, if you have any questions or any concerns, please give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help you.
At 877-787-6635, Purple Turtle Roofing. All right, let's get back into the program. Brax, usually on Fridays we do 3 segments towards the end, and it's basically keys to the game, 3 players to watch, and then we'll make our picks. Our pick segment is going to go a little shorter today because it's basically just conference championship games. There's no Vanderbilt-Miami game happening in Hawaii. There's no Vanderbilt-Notre Dame game happening in Hawaii. And, oh, man, I think Clark Lee is onto something. I think Clark Lee is going to start something next year, after.
Something tells me that those games are not happening, not because Vanderbilt did not want them to happen.
Oh, no, yeah. Miami and Notre Dame are sitting there like, well, what if BYU loses, we might be in. So we don't want to lose to you guys again. But I think Clark Lee might be on. Did you see John Gruden?
Yeah,
John Gruden.
I saw the video. I didn't watch it, though.
You need to. He laid out who would be in, and then he designed 5 play-in games with people who aren't playing. He's like, if he basically goes, it's unfair. Think about the 2 top teams in the NFC right now. If they compare them to Georgia and Alabama, they're playing for an SEC title. Would it be fair to make the Rams and the Bears play for the number 1 seed and let the Eagles and Cowboys and all sit at home and just have a bye? And basically, he constructed games between Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas.
Just follow what the NFL does. Like, nobody complains about the NFL playoff format because it's great and it works really, really well.
Yeah, he had a whole big old spiel, and he basically, if it played out this weekend, it would be obvious who the 12 teams were, and you would be able to sell it like it's a larger playoff because Tulane and James Madison were all in his formula, Virginia, Duke were all in his formula, and like while they wouldn't be in the final 12 field, it's a playoff weekend this weekend, essentially.
I like that.
So check that out. John Gruden had a really great formula. But no, our pick segment will go a little shorter because it's just going to be the conference championship games. So, Brax, why don't you start us? You're in the room. Coach Brax Garrison, you get to tell the team X, Y, or Z, 1 key, 2 keys, 3 keys. What are your keys for Alabama as they're playing the Georgia Bulldogs this weekend?
So last time we played them, Alabama played them, third downs were a big deal.
Third down for what?
Yeah, the third down conversion rate was a big deal in that game. So I'm going to say convert on third down. 3rd and shorts, stay out of 3rd and long situations, stay inside the 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 range and under. And then defense. I'm not going to say the line of scrimmage because we have made do without controlling the line of scrimmage this year. So I'm going to say explosive on defense, causing havoc. I mean, getting in the backfield, forcing Gunnar Stockton to do things out of the ordinary, forcing the ball down the field, forcing him to throw balls in tight windows. And turnovers. I mean, if we can force them to turn the ball over, if you can force them to turn the ball over, that goes without saying. If someone can turn the ball over, you have a better chance of winning the game. But it's really just making Gunnar Stockton uncomfortable. Make him do things that he's not used to doing. Get him out of his rhythm. Get him out of his system. Make him try to extend plays. Make him make throws that he's not normally having to make. Take him out of the program. Make him do things on the fly. I think if you're able to do those 2 or 3 things, I think you have a very good chance of winning the football game.
I love it. Brax Garrison win on third down, havoc plays on defense, and win the turnover battle. You use those havoc plays to win the turnover battle. Mason Woods, what do you think the keys are for Alabama as they're heading into Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
I mean, I think the first thing, I'm just kind of echo what Brax said there at the end. Like, make Gunnar Stockton beat you. Make him be the one that beats you in this game, because I don't really think that he's the quarterback to be able to do that.
Right.
I think he's fine, and I think he's, an above average quarterback. Sure, there's a reason he's been the starter all season for Georgia. There's a reason that Jared Curtis was not guaranteed a starting job over him next year if he stayed going to Georgia.
Foolish.
But like, he's not that great. I think he's a worse than Stetson Bennett. I mean, I think Stetson Bennett did a little more than I've seen Gunnar Stockton do.
System.
Stetson Bennett, Budweiser, he's Bud Light.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I think it's just make Gunnar Stockton be the one that beats you. You can take, let's see. I'm looking at you. You did okay holding Georgia's run game relatively, or receivers relatively limited last game. You hold them to, just 130 yards through the air. They got you on the ground a little bit, but you still won the game. So like, obviously, you can take those jabs. We have learned that you can take those jabs a little bit and still maintain this lead in the game and be able to win it. So I think if you can kind of just do the same thing you did first time and force them to either beat you on the ground or force Gunnar Stockton to make elite throws to beat you, you're going to have a pretty good time. So that's my first one. Make Gunnar Stockton be the one that beats you. And secondly, this is probably wishful thinking, but you got to get these receivers going again for Alabama. Guys like Jeremy Bernard, guys like Ryan Williams. I'd like to see Lozier Brooks getting involved in this game. You got Isaiah Horton going, obviously, and you got Isaiah Horton going the last time you played Georgia. But I want to see those other guys get more involved. I really just want to see this offense get back to what it was doing well for the first 5, 6, 7 weeks of the season, or it was those intermediate pass game. You were able to get guys in space and get them the ball when they were open and let them kind of do the work from there. I don't really think I have a third one.
That's okay. That's okay. Making Gunnar beat you and getting the wide receivers going are major keys for Alabama, and I agree with you completely. I've got my biggest one is protecting Ty Simpson, is keeping Ty Simpson upright. He did such a great job getting the ball out very, very efficiently and quickly in the first Georgia game. I mean, Georgia blitzed him, but they never really got home because Ty was just reading and throwing it out, just throwing darts. And I do think that Ty is battling a back soreness. I don't want to even say injury because that's too far. Discomfort, right? He's dealing with something in his back. After the Auburn game, or in the middle of the Auburn game, he gets hit and he goes to the sidelines. You can see it on the TV broadcast. They've hooked him up to a TENS machine where they're on his back.
I used to love getting that on my shoulder when I was injured.
Trying to make sure it stays loose, trying to keep those muscles loose and trying to, keep them relaxed. I think that he is dealing with either maybe back spasms or something so minor that it's not going to go on the injury report, but enough to where, hey, that's why he's a yard off. That's why he's, throwing it a little too quickly, or why he's doesn't quite have the deep ball feel. Obviously, he's getting rehab each and every day, and I think Alabama's trainers are incredible. I think Jeff Allen and his staff are incredible. But in the game, Caden Proctor and them boys, y'all have to keep him upright and protected so that he stays at whatever status he is.
They've got him in some kind of like hyperbaric chamber up there at the Malmore facility.
Yeah, they need to hook him into
He's like frozen in goo and like a bunch of tubes hooked up to him.
He needs to be in the Luke Skywalker Bacta tank, right? And I'm sure he is.
They're powering him up.
Exactly. So keeping Ty upright is probably my biggest key to the game, so that he can dice him up and try to get the ball out as fast as possible and read the defense very, very well, and get the wide receivers going in that sense. My biggest key on defense is really kind of combining what both you guys said, Brax and Mason, and avoiding the explosive runs. They had a bunch of yards on the ground in the last game, but they had like 6 runs of like 20 yards or more. And if you take some of those away and you make them 6 runs of 6 yards. Of course, the rushing yardage just still looks good, but it would look a little worse if you didn't give them 227 yards rushing. You would have kept them, in that 160 range, in that 150 range, and I really do like these Georgia running backs. I've been in love with Nate Frazier since I saw him, even though he fumbled against Alabama. Hasn't fumbled since, so maybe he's due for one. Bray Hubbard. It's been 8 games since he's let the ball go. I really do like Nate Frazier, and I really do like Chauncey Bowens. I think he's a really good running back as well.
I mean, he killed Alabama last time.
Right. And so it's basically avoiding explosive runs, make them drive the football. And ideally, what Mason said, make Gunnar Stockton beat you by getting him into 3rd and longs. So I think you have to avoid explosive runs. You have to keep Ty Simpson upright. And to me, I'm going to steal from Katie Wyndham, a Katie Wyndham favorite. Don't lose the game on special teams.
Yeah.
Look, Connor,
great job, buddy.
A+ last week.
Yeah.
But
Still on thin ice.
Yes, go make the next one.
Yeah.
Go make the next one from 44 because you're going to need it, and you're going to need all the points that you can get, Connor.
Look, you're playing in a dome. It'll be easy.
Right. No wind.
They're not going to open up they're not going to open anything up. It's cold. It'll be nice and warm in there. It's good.
You can't have. So part of the reason Auburn gets back into the game, we talked about the 4th and 4 where Nikai Hill-Green barely misses Ashton Daniels and he runs down the sidelines 20 yards. But that play, that whole series is that Auburn takes over at midfield because Blake Dowd shanks a punt. And okay, Alabama wins the game, but you let Auburn get back into the game with a shanked punt, a 4th down conversion. These little things stack up on you. And look, we all talked about Connor Talty missing a field goal against Oklahoma. Ryan Williams, you fumbled that dadgum punt return. Yep. Like little things on special teams matter. And all you got to do is just not bleep up on special teams. You don't have to go make plays. You don't have to have a punt return for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown. You don't have to block a punt. It's fine. But just do what you do in the kicking game. Boom the ball, Blake Dowd, Colorado School of Mines. We're not going to be up in a mile up in the air, but you're going to have to boom the ball. And when it's a 36-yard field goal, Connor Talty, put that son of a gun through the uprights. Yeah. Like, there's not much else to it. So cover the kicks. Don't allow them to have big punt returns and kick returns. Just play, nice and solid B+ football on special teams. Don't play F level football on special teams is probably my 3rd biggest key right there. If you do those 3 things, I'm feeling pretty. You keep Ty upright, you play solid on special teams, and you don't give them explosive runs. I think you are talking about turning the football over and making Gunnar Stockton beat you and getting these wide receivers going. I think that we're all dancing around some of the same points right here.
Roll Tide.
All right, let's keep going
the
here.
Blueprint is there.
Yeah, let's keep going here. We're live in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. We want to remind you can call Derek Daniel at 205-758-3391 for all of your insurance needs, home, life, and auto insurance needs, and our friends at Purple Turtle Roofing will work with Derek Daniel State Farm Insurance to get your roof taken care of as well. Brax, Garrison, what are your 3 Alabama players that you're going to have your eyes on? 3 Alabama players that you think need to have big games or underrated, or 3 Alabama players that you think will have big games? Just 3 guys that you're going to have your eyes on this weekend.
Oh, man. Tim Keenan's one. I want to see Tim Keenan. I think it's going to be very important for him to disrupt a lot of the run game and potentially get some pressure. The game starts with Ty Simpson, and I don't want to be, unoriginal here, but it starts with Ty Simpson. And the guy's got us through a lot of games this year, got us through a lot of bad situations. So I think Ty needs to play the best game he's ever played in his life at this point. I think every game from here on out, you have to play the best game you've ever played in your life in order to give yourself a shot at this thing. And I'm going to stay with Jam Miller being out, man. I'm going to go with the hometown kid, Kevin Riley.
Oh, Kevin's out as well. Kevin broke his jaw against the Eastern Illinois.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That's a good pick.
Daniel Hill.
I would have loved
Daniel Hill. He's got Daniel Hill. Then I got to see a lot from Daniel Hill.
I like that.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, he broke his jaw.
I literally looked at the injury report 2 days ago, and I didn't see Kevin's name on that.
Yeah, he broke his jaw against Eastern Illinois and missed the.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
I just think Kevin
missed the Auburn game. Yeah, absolutely. Shoot. We're not allowed to, so you can shoot him and let him know.
Oh, I bet that hurts, man.
That's awful, man.
I've never broken my jaw.
I don't know how I didn't get updated on this. I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, so unfortunate. But Daniel Hill is a great pick, and I do think you're going to have to have some running back production. Mason Woods, what 3 players are you watching this weekend?
Oh man, my first player go to the defense going to be Bray Hubbard. I'm looking for Bray Hubbard to force a fumble, get an interception, make a big play in this game, make something happen on the defense for Alabama. He has been doing that all year. I don't see any reason to think he won't do that again in this game. He is going to be my number one player to watch on that defense. Secondly, I'm going to stick with the defense, and I am going to go with Clay Russaw. We've seen him getting back active, getting back into the rotations here. He's going to have a much bigger role this week, I think, than he's had even the last couple of weeks. We'll have to see what he does with him. I mean, I'm excited. I think, getting him back out there and getting him and, especially if you get him and Yanzai on the field at the same time, like just send them off and tell them to go get Gunnar Stockton. I think you're having a pretty good time there. So that'll be my second one. And third, I got to go to the offense. It's really tough to pick. I'm tempted to go with an offensive lineman. Maybe I go back to the receivers. I think I'm going to go with a tight end, and I think it's going to be Marshall Pritchett. I've liked Marshall Pritchett all season. We've seen him getting more involved the last 2 weeks, had a bad drop against Auburn. I would imagine he gets at least another chance in this game to maybe make up for that, and hopefully he takes advantage of it in this game. I think regardless of if he's able to catch the ball or not, you're probably going to see him a decent amount, at least blocking in this game. And he was a guy that when he was coming out of high school, he posted an entire huddle highlight of just blocking clips. So I think he's ready to do that, and I'm excited to see what you get out of Marshall Pritchett.
All right, I love it. I love it. You guys are all over a bunch of guys that I would have picked. I would have picked Daniel Hill for sure. I would have picked Tim Keenan for sure. So great eyes. I would have picked Bray Hubbard for sure as well. My first guy, I'm taking Deontay Lawson because I think that he has just been playing so well lately. And I remember talking about him kind of poorly after the first week. I think that he didn't really play very well against Florida State, and it took him a while to start to get to playing pretty good football. And I think he's been playing really well over the last month. And you're going to need him to stop explosive runs. I think that that's the biggest deal for Alabama's defense, and I think Deontay Lawson can do that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in this game. I think Deontay Lawson is probably one of your most important players on defense. I think we've hit the three most important players, Tim Keenan, Deontay Lawson, and Bray Hubbard right there on defense. I'm going with Jeremy Bernard as a wide receiver. Also, because of what he does as a wide receiver, but also because of how they have used him in the run game. Haven't been doing it as much lately, but go back to that Georgia game, the first game in September, and he was used significantly in the backfield. And I think that Jeremy Bernard will continue to be used in all kinds of different ways. And if you're going to keep Ty Simpson upright and get going, well, who better to get going than your most consistent wide receiver? I'm taking two here on the third one because I'm taking offensive lineman. I'm taking Michael Carroll, 1A, because he's going to be starting at right tackle. But I'm taking Geno Vandermark because of the Cam Dewberry, Parker Brailsford situation. Yeah. Cam is listed as questionable, so if he doesn't play, you're going right to Geno Vandermark. But Parker has been dinged up as well. Big ankle injury for Parker Brailsford at center, and so you're going to see Geno play left guard. You might see him play center, and as a replacement level offensive lineman, can you keep Ty Simpson upright? Can you keep the continuity going in the run game, in the run blocking game, to let your Daniel Hills, to let your AK Deers get going, to maybe see Richard Young? I think that Michael Carroll is hugely important, but I think that what Geno Vandermark gives you, if Cam Dewberry or Parker Brailsford end up with little dings, little knocks that make them miss some time on the sidelines, becomes extremely important. So I'm taking Michael Carroll first, but I'll do honorable mention with Geno Vandermark as well.
I like those picks.
All right, we got a lot of guys right there. We got 9. We got basically 10 guys that we've got our eyes on. We encourage you. You guys can leave us comments. Let us know the 3 players that you've got your eye on in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Brax, it's time for the home stretch, man. It's time to pick some games. We got a handful of conference championship games this weekend. They start tonight at 6 o'clock on ESPN. The Fun Belt. The Fun Belt title is Troy at James Madison. James Madison recently hiring Billy Napier to take over there. 5-year contract for Billy Napier. Leaves Florida, goes to the Dukes.
Is he going to use him as a stepping stone and just get another Power 5?
Yes, of course.
That's what every other coach that coaches at JMU does.
Troy, the Trojans are 8-4 this year. James Madison 11-1. James Madison is a 23.5-point favorite tonight. Brax, can the Trojans pull something off?
Yeah, taking Troy.
Oh yes,
taking Troy. Taking the in-state guys. Yeah,
They haven't had their crack at JMU this year.
No.
They lost to Clemson, Memphis, Arkansas State, and ODU. So no, this will be their first matchups here. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm just taking the home. I'm taking the home state guys. There's not much I can really, off my own understanding of either of these teams. But I'm just gonna go with Troy.
There you go.
Troy on this one.
Not a bad reason right there.
I'm gonna roll with the Dukes.
Yeah, I don't know much about either of these teams, to be honest with
Me
you, because
neither.
I haven't watched much of them. I love Brax's reason, so I'm just going with Troy as well. Go the state of Alabama. Let's go Trojans. Probably going to get beat, but I'm fine being on the wrong end of that.
JMU has been murdering teams this year.
Yeah, I'm fine being on the wrong end of it just for the sake of loyalty and fun. JMU, yeah, exactly. They have been they only lost to Louisville. They smacked
45-10, 63
smacked App State 58-10. They got the Coastal Carolina coach fired 59-10. So we'll see. Let's go Trojans.
Interesting.
Let's go. Men of Troy. Hang in there. All right, 7 o'clock on ABC. An hour after that game gets out of hand, you can watch a really, really fun game, the American Championship. North Texas is playing Tulane right there in New Orleans. It's Tulane home game. Number 24, North Texas. Number 20, Tulane. Are you playing for college football playoff spot? Probably. Yes, shouldn't be, but probably. Winner of this game probably going to be the highest rated Group of 5 champion because, sorry, JMU, you're going to get jumped, I'm sure. JMU at 25, North Texas 24, Tulane at 20. North Texas is a 2.5-point road favorite. Their coach just took the Oklahoma State job. Brax, Garrison, how you feeling about North Texas? I think they're the Falcons. I guess the Tulane Green Wave.
They're the mean green, aren't they?
Okay, well, there you go.
You know, with the recent
Yes, they are. Mean green.
Yeah, the recent head coaching change with Summerall taking off, Trader. I'm gonna go with North Texas. I think North Texas pulls this game off. I think they're a better football team. I called a little bit the game last week. They're explosive, man. They got guys that can fly around the field, and I don't think either one of them belongs in this conversation of the playoffs. But if I got to have one, I'm going to take North Texas to win this football game.
There we go. Mean green.
Yeah, I think I like North Texas too. I do really like. I think Drew Messmaker is a really good quarterback. I think some Power 5 team is going to offer him.
He's going to Oklahoma State, I think, with the coach.
Fantastic. That'd be cool. Go right ahead, buddy. Go win you the Big 12 next year, maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it 3 for 3. I'm taking North Texas as well. And that'll be a fun game tonight on ABC at 7 o'clock. Moving into Saturday, the big boys play 11 a.m. on ABC. Number 11 BYU is playing Texas Tech. It's in Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium, right there in Arlington. Texas Tech smacked BYU earlier in the season. Texas Tech is a 12.5-point favorite. Brax, Garrison, if BYU wins, it puts Alabama on a pretty big hot seat.
It's not happening. Texas Tech,
guns up
all day, every day. There is nothing from the last time they played that shows me that there's any chance that BYU wins this football game.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Tech has been since the beginning, since probably about week 4, week 5. I've said Texas Tech is a legit football team. I thought they are a very legitimate football team. They have a shot to make a run in this thing, and yeah, they're outgunned. BYU's outgunned.
Beat them 29-7 last time, Mason. Are you going to give the Cougars a fighting chance? Win and they're in.
No, I will not. This is going to be It's going to be Texas Tech winning this game pretty handily once again. And I think as we get into the playoff, Texas Tech is going to surprise a lot of people who have not watched them play football this year with how good they are.
Yeah,
I am in complete agreement with both you guys. I think BYU is a nice little story, but Texas Tech is a cut above the Cougars, and they're going to be close to covering that line again. And Brax, my feeling is they're going to beat BYU. BYU is going to drop to 15, 16, 17 or so. Then you'll have Notre Dame and Miami back-to-back in the standings. And at that point, the playoff committee can't do anything else but move Miami over Notre Dame. And Notre Dame will also be left out of the college football playoff. Oh, I'm here for that drama. At 7 o'clock, that's just a gut feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. Obviously, the brand power of Notre Dame is extremely strong. So we'll see. We'll move ahead. We'll circle back to Alabama and Georgia. But at 7 o'clock, you've got a double game. We'll start with the big one. Indiana, number 2 against number 1, Ohio State. Ohio State is a 4-point favorite right there, Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, Indiana. Do you give the Hoosiers a chance to beat the Buckeyes?
Oh my God, man, this is I think that this could go. I think that Indiana could win this football game. But again, I've said it a million times. Ohio State is the best team in the country until proven otherwise. So I'm going to go with Ohio State here.
I think Ohio State might be one of the best teams we've ever seen in college football. And I don't think, like, people are probably going to say that that's crazy because they haven't watched them this year. They are right up there with your 2019 LSU, your 2020 Alabama, your, whatever Miami team you want to throw out. They are right up there. I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns, and I still don't even know that they've, put their foot on the gas pedal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. OHIO. I'm going with both you guys. They are insurmountable in my opinion.
They threw that pick against Michigan, and it was just like, whatever. Let's just go score 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think that they'll step on the gas a little in the third quarter just to show that they can. So we'll see. I think Ohio State wins that game fairly comfortably. And the last game before we get to Alabama is the ACC championship.
Oh, yes.
Duke is against Virginia. Duke, if you win, you're gonna make the committee make a really hard choice, and I'm kind of here for that. I want to see, will you put in 2 group of 5 schools and leave the ACC out, or just sneak Miami in there because Duke wins I don't know. It's going to be really dramatic. So Duke is playing Virginia, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina, the home of the Carolina Panthers. Virginia, Brax Garrison is a 4-point favorite.
Just for the sake of it, give me the Blue Devils. Give me the Blue Devils to go 8-5, win the ACC championship, find a way into the playoffs, and then get beat by 30,000.
Oh, man. As funny as that would be.
Because they're going to get the number. If you get in at 12, you get the number 5 team, which might be Georgia, might be Texas Tech, might be Oregon, might be Alabama, might be Ole Miss. Oh,
that might be enough for them to finally change and say, all right, we got to do some kind of play-in format. So maybe that's what I should root for the ultimate chaos there. That would really shake things up and cause the college football playoff committee to really look themselves in the mirror and say, we've got to adjust our plan of attack here. But Virginia beat them 34-17 2 weeks ago. I think Virginia probably wins this game again, and Virginia probably gets to the playoff, I guess. And honestly, just the same as if Duke makes it to the playoff, gets slaughtered in the first round by whoever gets to play them.
I'm going to take Virginia with my football eyes, but my heart will be pulling for Duke. Absolutely. I think that Virginia will win, but I'll be sitting there going, come on, Blue Devils. Yeah. Manny Diaz. Manny Diaz was on the mic, former Miami defense coordinator. He was like, Miami deserves to be in the playoff, trying to win those Miami folks back a little bit after Footfield and some not so hot defenses down there. All right, so all the fun is out of the way, and now the business end, Brax Garrison, 3 o'clock on ABC. You can follow all the coverage at BamaCentral.com. We'll be in the building. I'll be leaving bright and early Saturday morning, 7-ish or so, to get over there in time, get comfortable, enjoy that big old press box that they have. Number 3, Georgia, is playing number 9, Alabama. Alabama, reminder, is the number 1 seed in this game. We'll be wearing the crimson jerseys. Georgia is a 2.5-point favorite right there in Atlanta. What are you feeling here, Brax? Final thoughts on your pick.
It's a no-brainer. Alabama wins. Alabama covers. Alabama goes on a run. I don't see a way. Until proven otherwise, I'm not betting against Alabama in this game. I can't do it. You just can't do it. I mean, again, they're going to have to show me something. And again, you said earlier in the show that, there's not this like mental block with Georgia. And I don't think there is either. I don't think it's a mental block that Kirby Smart's got with Alabama. I just think that coincidentally, every time we play them, we're the better football team. And it just is what it is. Yeah. There's no luck. There's no this and that. You can call it, they dropped a touchdown in the late in the third. What it is what it is. Your guy dropped a touchdown. That's a player issue. Alabama's a better football team. Alabama wins the game.
I'm going to pick Alabama as well. I'm struggling a bit to decide on a score. I think I'm going to go 27-24 Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, I had some buddies this week, Brax, tell me that Georgia's definitely better. Alabama just always gets lucky. At 10-1 in the last 11 matchups,
sure.
we're done with the being lucky
Yeah,
BS here. Like, yes, there might be Kirby Smart loses his mind and does something dumb, but that's a part of the equation here.
Yeah.
That's and it's not to say that Alabama has bad talent. Like, you can't just say, oh, they got lucky. Well, they went 13 of 19 on third down last game in Athens. You think that's lucky? I don't think so, buddy. Yeah, you could have kicked a field goal to make it 24-all, but you didn't, and Alabama ended up winning the game. Alabama ended up just melting the clock after that, and boom, it's over. Yeah. I think that you have a really even ball game. I think you have a really defensive ball game. I think that Alabama will end up winning 20-17 is what I'm going to end up picking. I think you'll end up winning 20-17. I think the thing about this Alabama offense is there's nothing really that stands out to me as, wow, elite, incredible. Wow, they can lean on this. But they just seem to search and search and search. And, oh, well, we'll make this work for a little bit. We'll make that work for a little bit. We'll go back to this. We'll mix it up and find it. And the same thing is, I mean, Auburn, you rush for the most rushing yards against a Power 4 opponent all year long after the running game has been abysmal most of the season. And then it kind of went away. And, oh, well, Ty Simpson's going to find some passes here and there. And you're going to let the defense get you some good field position. You're going to, well, Connor Talty's finally going to make 2 field goals. Like, Alabama finds a way all year long. And obviously, people, you can throw in the Florida State and the Oklahoma game. They didn't find a way then, Joe. You're right. They didn't. But on the whole, 12 games into this thing, this Alabama offense has just figured out a way to, hey, we're going to scrap, we're going to fight, we're going to claw, and we will find a way to score enough points to more often than not win the game. And I think the defense has been playing extremely well, not putting Alabama's offense into bad positions. And when Alabama's offense or special teams does put them in bad positions, usually making life tough on the other team, I don't really believe in Gunnar Stockton. I don't believe in him at all. I do believe in Georgia's running backs. I do believe that Georgia has really nice skill positions. I think Zach Branch is still a really dangerous player. I think Chauncey Bowens and Nate Frazier are really nice running backs. But I just have more belief in Alabama's defense right now than I do in the Georgia skill position guys. I don't have a lot of faith in Ty Simpson's abilities and health, but I think that Ty is still really smart. I mean, his greatest ability is his brain, and it has been all season long. People have been talking about, running the play clock down too much. Well, he's getting you into a better play than probably was called, and getting him into right protections and giving you a chance to fight, scratch, and claw. I don't think you've got an elite wide receiver play all year long. You've got it in spurts, but the consistency just has not been there. I am very worried about Cam Dewberry's questionable designation and the offensive line because, as Dax outlined in his voicemail, I think the Alabama offensive line has found some continuity over the last 2 weeks. With Cam Dewberry maybe not playing, that throws a wrench in that continuity. But I just think that Alabama's going to be able to find a way to make things happen, and the defense is going to just come up with the right play at the right time. I think Alabama will win 20-17. And what I hope and what I think is very possible is that the committee will move Alabama from number 9 to number 4 for beating Georgia, and you get a first round bye. You give these gentlemen an extra little week of rest. The first round of the playoffs is December 19th and 20th. So if you can win, you will get to basically New Year's Eve, the rest of the month, to get Josh Cuevas, to get Parker Brailsford fully healthy, to get some of these guys that are questionable. Make sure Kevin Riley's jaw gets nice and tight and healed. Give some of these injuries a chance to be healthy for a stretch run of what will be a very, very difficult playoff run. I think Ohio State is insurmountable, but maybe Alabama, just their sheer will and creativity and heart, finds a way to get it done. Right, exactly. So we'll see. I'm taking Alabama 20-17 though, guys, and so all three of us are on the Crimson Tide. What was your score again, Brax?
I'm gonna go 21-13 Alabama.
Nice. And you said 27-24, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. There's our numbers for the week. We appreciate everybody who's watched us for the week. You need to call Purple Turtle Roofing at 877-787-6635. Call and they'll come and check out your roof today, and Brax will come talk some ball with you as well in the process. We want you to call them. We want you to call Derek Daniel, State Farm Insurance, 205-758-3391 for all your insurance needs. They'll be upstairs all day long waiting to talk insurance with you. We're getting out of here for the day. We're going to have Nate Oates' press conference ahead of the UTSA game on the Bama Central YouTube channel later today. He's going to be about 11:45, 12 o'clock or so from the Coleman Coliseum Media Room. We're basically done with football media. You can see all the pregame press conferences on the Bama Central YouTube channel right now. We talked to Kirby Smart and Kalen DeBoer for 30 minutes yesterday, and Greg Sankey as well. So you can see all that on the Bama Central YouTube channel. Tell a friend about the show. You can find it on the Bama Central YouTube channel, on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify. Subscribe, rate, review the show. Find us on all the social media machines and leave us a voicemail. Your reaction to the game at 205-462-7340, extension 800. And we will talk to you Monday, letting you know if Alabama is in or out. On Monday, right here on the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com.
Thanks for joining us on today's edition of the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central. Keep up with Joe on all his social media pages at Joe Gaither6. Subscribe, rate, and review the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and be sure to read us daily at BamaCentral.com.